This is Eurovision 365, the Eurovision fan channel for every day, not just the main. My name is Padraig, and no matter where in the world you are from, you're very welcome to the channel, especially if you are a Eurovision fan. I should say that we are here in Finland for UMK 2025, and if I look a bit tired, it's because we had a fantastic day yesterday discovering the delights of Tampere, host city, of course, for UMK 2025. So check out their website, visit Tampere, and check out the delights for yourself. And greetings to all involved in that day. So it is, I am looking a little bit tired today because we had a late night watching Eurosong 2025 from Ireland in Finland. We're 2 hours ahead, so it was a late night for us. Never mind late show, it was a late night for us. And I'm going to share with you now my opinions on all things Eurosong 2025 Ireland. Just now we had time to sleep on it, literally sleep on it. So I'm going to share with you my thoughts right now. So the staging of Eurosong 2025 was similar, I would say, to 2024, albeit there was a little bit of a catwalk involved this time around, although I'm not sure that was used overly much by any of the performers, but certainly was another step up, if you like, in terms of the staging. Just as before, there were screens in the background, which kind of blended, I suppose, well with the performances, but some of the imagery was a little bit strange, I would say, for Emmy's actual staging. Obviously, you had a dog spinning in the background, and I suppose that was to represent Laika, but it looked a little bit odd for me. So the staging was on a level, I would suppose, from last year, a little bit of a step up from last year, and I suppose that's a positive for sure. So the performances for me, watching it on the TV is very different to being in the studio, and having now experienced both in terms of being in the studio for the live final in 2024 and watching it on TV in 2025. It definitely is different as a TV viewer. Standout performances for me were Relta, for sure, and finally Emmy. I was really sad for Samantha Mumba because we here at Eurovision 365, we were really supporting and rooting for Samantha Mumba to win the final. And I don't know if it was nerves, I don't know if it was, maybe she sounded like she was getting the beginning of a cold perhaps, but it felt like there was a lot of pressure on Samantha Mumba, and I think sometimes big names going to a national final, that can mean that they have like a really mass of pressure placed upon their shoulders, either by self or by other people. And also she was coming into this as not the favourite at all by any stretch of the imagination. In terms of our performances, I think Aji was a good opener. It was nice to see him come back. I think that him with Jenny, that was a nice little partnership, although I was a little bit confused with Jenny when she was playing the violin, that she was kind of jumping around a little bit. I get that was to match the beat of the tempo of the song, but for me it was just a little bit odd. It come across quite odd on TV. Bobby Arlo for me was not good live at all. It didn't sound like she was singing much of the song. It was, if she was, the microphone had been turned right down for her. It was more the backing track, and it just was so, I'm so sorry to say this is not a slight on Bobby, but it's more about the singing and the performance. It came across as a complete and utter mess for me. It didn't work on any level. I was waiting for it to end, and I was kind of happy enough when it did. And that's the thing as well, but it's a bit like Samantha having the pressure of kind of being a big name and featuring low on the fan polls. It's kind of the same for Bobby Arlo, because Bobby Arlo came into this as the favourite by fans, and there's a pressure on there as well, and I think she probably felt that on the level too to perform. And I just think it wasn't great, unfortunately. Relta was a really standout performance for me. I understand what the panel were saying in terms of, is this the kind of sound we want for Ireland? But why would we not want a sound that people recognise within Ireland? You know, sometimes countries can go with like a modern song and what other people are going to expect, rather than what do we want? What do we want to hear? What are we known for? And I've said time and time again here on the channel, and you can check out the videos. For me, when it comes to Ireland, I ultimately want Ireland to send a song that is something that you'd hear in an Irish pub across the world, like something up-tempo, something lively, something that you can really tap your foot to and get going. And that's what I would want to ultimately see from Ireland. But for Realta, she can really, really be proud of her performance, because it was very, very good on TV, and congratulations to her. Who else? So Niall, I would say Niall's singing was really good, but again, the song was a little bit messy for me in parts. It's great to see that he did really well with the public, and just going to look at the overall voting here. So Emmy obviously won with 34 points. She was really saved by the public, because the Irish jury and the public gave Emmy 12 points, with the international jury giving her 10. Poor Aji, I really felt for Aji. He looked so upset, so disappointed with his last place. But again, he can be proud of himself, because he put himself back through that, knowing exactly what he was going to, well, not exactly, but we have a good idea of what he was going to experience. And I hope it doesn't put him off coming back again. I was glad to see, as I said, Niall getting the 10 points from the public. That's maybe an indicative of the public viewing and public kind of love within Ireland, and Realta, as I say, can be proud. Samantha Mumba can be extremely proud. I'm sad that she got 4 points from the public, but again, her singing wasn't great. On the for a TV viewer, it wasn't great, so I understand that. So the winner, of course, was Emmy, and congratulations to Emmy from Eurovision 365, and we are looking forward to seeing you along the way to Basel. In terms of the performance of her song, Like a Party, as the panel said, she sounded exactly how she did live as she did on the actual track, which is, for any artist, for any performer, that is a great, great accolade for sure. The song itself, I would say, is better live than on track. Initially, when I heard Like a Party, I liked it. Initially, the first couple of listens, I liked it. And then the more I listened to it, the more I got a bit fed up with it. On my reaction video, I gave it like 4.5 out of 10, which is a bit brutal, I suppose, looking back. But that was based on the repetitive nature of the song. But then, as I also say, that there has the ability to embed itself in your psyche completely. So, like that, even as Bambi Thoganose was saying, that bum 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 bum, but it's so gets in there and stays in there. I think it's great that we have a Norwegian representing Ireland. I think it's the first time ever. It is the first time ever, and I think that's good. I think that will help Ireland get votes as well. And it's a Scandi pop, bubblegum pop kind of sound, which does do well in Scandinavian territory. So I would say she did very well. Performance-wise, I can imagine that it would be elevated greatly for the actual contest itself. When we spoke to Emmy, and check out the interview as well at the Media Day in RTE, when we spoke to her, she said that she had envisioned like astronauts being on stage with her. So you can expect something a little bit quirky. Think Subwoofer meets Leica. So that's the kind of idea I have for that. I think that's what's going to happen for her. But song, note perfect vocally, and that's really what matters. So congratulations once again to Emmy.